Good morning, traders. How are you? I am both happy and sad this morning. I'm sad because I think I've got the flu and have some terrible symptoms, but I'm happy because England won the football last night. So that is me this morning. How are you feeling? What is today? Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of November, guys. And as always, we'll look back at yesterday's trades, we'll look at today's potential trades, and we'll look at the important news as well. We had another profitable day yesterday, so we are again happy. So that's two happies and one not so happy. Before we get started, guys, please come and join the Discord channel. We're getting a great community of traders in there, all sharing ideas. So come join us for that. Secondly, tomorrow we've got our live stream, 6:30 a.m. London GMT. Come join us for the live stream, guys, and ask as many questions as you like. Your questions are my fuel. And finally, guys, we've got a mentorship program in place. So if you would like to be mentored one-on-one with myself, then please drop us an email. All the information about all of these things is in the video description. Okay, so trades from yesterday, guys. We had four potential trades, and the first one was this. This was the Aussie dollar against the New Zealand dollar, and we were shorting this for obvious reasons. Yeah, it was clearly in a downtrend. You don't have to be Warren Buffett to see that. And then pretty much we've been trying to short it since here, guys. Yeah, and then it's come down even further. And then with this candle, it just told me the pattern, the trend had continuation. All right, so the structure was with us, was clearly in a downtrend. And if I zoom in, guys, just so you can see that candle a little clearer, you can see that it broke these lows as well. So in a downtrend, if we're seeing lower lows, then the trend is strong. Okay, and the idea was just to come from, potentially one of our grey zones down to this blue line here, and it's pretty much got there this morning, guys. If we look at the H1, guys, to see what happened, so you could have been aggressive and got in on a couple of candles, but the one candle I would have got in on was this. I didn't actually trade this pair. I wanted a bit more of a retrace before we come down. But if we were being more aggressive, I think this candle would have been a good candle to enter on. Yeah, because these last H1's highs held. We had a reaction in form of a wick. And then eventually we had a bearish candle that told me sellers were in complete control. We entered here, put our stop above here, and then take price back down to the last to our higher time frame target, and you would get a risk to reward of roughly 1:1. Okay, I didn't trade this, but that's how I would have traded it. Again, guys, I'll be very transparent with you. I won't tell you what I entered if I didn't. The next trade was this. This was the Aussie dollar against the Swiss franc, and I did trade this pair. So what we were seeing, guys, is this. All right. So this, well, let's start with a weekly chart, guys, because that grey zone is quite a weekly zone that we're looking at. So this big grey zone is corresponding with these lows, these lows, these lows, and even this as well. And you can see it's reacted again, guys, in this grey zone. All right, and then we had this bearish candle bounce off of this weekly resistance. So, what's not to like? I think we could take it back down to these lows. If I zoom in, you can see that candle a little clearer. All right, so that's the weekly chart. If we go back down to the daily chart, day trend corresponded with our higher time frame view. So it was in a downtrend, really, and then price come back up, created a higher low here, but these highs always held because it was hitting this weekly resistance, and then price come back down, breaking these lows. So ever since that's happened, we've been in a downtrend. All right, so structurally, we were in a downtrend, and then I was just trading off of this wick here because we've seen a huge rejection at our grey zone, and the idea was just to, take price back down to these lows here, okay? These lows here. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit croaky this morning, guys. I've been feeling a little under the weather. So yeah, that was the idea, guys, to take price back down to this blue line, and that's exactly what happened. Let me show you how I entered on the H1, and it was quite an aggressive trade, to be honest with you. So I love being with H1 structure, and then once this structure broke here, I was looking for shorts. Yeah, once this low here had broken, we were then in a downtrend. Then we've got lower highs, lower lows, etc. Lower highs, lower lows. All right. But I got in here, guys. This was my trade. All right. So I didn't plot this grey zone in the morning because this grey zone hadn't formed yet. All right. But I was expecting price to potentially come back up to here. But that didn't happen. Instead, this grey zone that I highlighted became the pivotal zone. So I actually entered. And again, this is very aggressive, but I will tell you how I traded every day. This candle. So once this low here has been broken, what was once support then becomes excellent resistance. Okay, and I entered on this candle here. I entered on the close of it. I know the candle isn't that bearish, but it was just the price structure for me. And what I did was hide behind this last swing high. Okay, so this became my risk. So because I had my stop quite far away and above this last swing high, that's why I was willing to be aggressive on this trade in terms of the entry candlestick. All right, and then eventually this was my reward. Okay. So I closed 100% of my trade here, guys, because it was hitting daily lows. And I think we're going to get a bounce up here. So, yeah, it was a good trade. I got a risk to reward of roughly 1.5, roughly. So, yeah, great risk to reward. Happy trader. This is how I traded it. Took profit down here. All right, guys. So, yeah, good trade. The third trade from yesterday was this, guys, was New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. And I still think this is a trade today. So if I zoom out, this was a bit of a weekly play as well. So as you can see, this grey zone has proven to be a good area of resistance. Okay. So I see in this, this candlestick is very bullish. Yeah. So that, you know, that's puts me off slightly, but I still think we have some room to the downside from here. Yeah, potentially before we go back up. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. If we go to the daily chart now, guys, yeah, because it has hit our grey zone, I just wanted to see price break down. And I wanted to see price break down on the H1. Okay, and to be honest with you, that's exactly what we got. But again, there was this other grey zone that was affecting my decision. Yeah, so if you see these areas here, this was once a good area of resistance, all right? And I was thinking potentially it could become an area of support here. Okay, so the idea to come short from this grey zone was good, as that's exactly what price did, and it's been breaking down. And I would still look for shorts today now, because this area here didn't hold, come back down, and this candle has broken those lows. So I'm still looking for H1 structure for this area to hold. And if it holds, I think we could come down, guys. But yesterday I didn't have a trade because, yeah, I was just concerned about this grey zone. All right. But yeah, I think today, because of this candle breaking these lows, I think we've still got potential to the downside with this pair. All right, guys, but I wasn't in this pair. Okay, so that was New Zealand Canadian dollar short. And then the final trade idea from yesterday was this, guys, was New Zealand against the Japanese yen. And we were just trying to short this pair, guys, because we wanted to see basically a breakdown in structure, because, yeah, it's reacted here, here, here. So in this zone, we just wanted to see a breakdown in structure on the H1. Okay. because we're also in a downtrend, guys. Yeah. As soon as this low here is broken, we are in a downtrend. So we were with the day trend, which is always encouraging, and now we just wanted to see H1 structure breakdown. If we look at the H1, guys, you will see that we didn't have that. Yeah, we just didn't get the structure breakdown that we wanted. Yeah, I pinpointed this grey zone as an area that we wanted to see price breakdown, and then we could start trading it. But instead, it used this area as support and bounced up. Okay, so yeah, I mean, for me, this trade is still on the cards again, but I need to see a breakdown in H1 structure before I can start shorting this pair. All right, guys. So yeah, only the one trade from yesterday. Although the direction was good on most of the trades except New Zealand yen, but yeah, Aussie dollar Swiss franc is where I made some profit yesterday. Okay, let's take a look at today's trades now. So guys, a profitable day yesterday trading the Aussie dollar Swiss franc. I didn't really get in any of the other pairs for various reasons, which I explained in the recap, guys. So if you enjoyed the recap, then come join us. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash that like button, guys. It really helps support the channel. Right, we're going to look at trade ideas for today now, for Tuesday, the 22nd of November. We've got 5 trade ideas. But before we do, guys, let me just tell you a few things. First of all, our Discord channel, come join it. Loads of traders in there sharing great ideas, trade ideas, strategies. So come and join and you won't be disappointed. Secondly, tomorrow we got the live stream, guys. So 6:30 a.m. London GMT. Come join us for the live stream. Ask as many questions as you like. I will answer all of them. And then finally, guys, if you would like to be mentored one-on-one with myself, then please drop us an email. All the information you need is in the video description for anything I just mentioned. Okay, so trades for Tuesday, the 22nd of November. We got 5, guys. And what we're seeing here is a bit of US dollar strength in the form of a retrace. Okay, these trades will be against trend. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. All right, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing. A lot of US dollar retrace potential. All right, so the first one is this. US dollar against the Swiss franc. So, you know, as you can see, guys, it's clearly in a downtrend. Okay. As soon as it breaks this low here, we are in a downtrend. But then it's obviously found a bit of a bit of support down at these levels. Okay. And it's been pushing up off this level ever since. There's lots of buying pressure. Okay. And also, guys, if we zoom in, it's difficult to zoom in because it dropped so far. But this candle here is a very bullish candle, got very full body. So we're just looking to take price back up to this blue line, guys. All right, this psychological level of 9,700. So that's the trade idea for today, and that's why we're trading it on the day chart. Remember, guys, your day chart is your why. Why are you buying? Why are you selling? Or why are you staying the hell out? These are the 3 options you have when you look at the day chart. Okay, so let's look at the H1 to see how we're going to execute this trade. And we've got the one grey zone, guys. If I zoom out so you can see why it's our grey zone, it's reacted here, 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 and here. Okay, so this is our grey zone. Because we are against trend, if price starts breaking this grey zone, I'm not really interested because we are against trend on the day chart. Okay, so just bear that in mind. But what I want to see, guys, in this grey zone is a bullish reaction. We get a bullish reaction, we can enter the trade, close 80% at the last H1 highs. This is how I roll. I like to secure some profit, so it allows me to let the rest of the trade run. Yeah, close 80% and then leave 20% to run, guys. All right, so US dollar Swiss franc, we're looking to buy this pair. The next one is this is the Aussie dollar against the US dollar. So a similar trade, but just flipped. Yeah, it's still US dollar strength in the form of a retrace. But as you can see, guys, this too will be against trend on the day chart. Yeah, this is clearly in an uptrend. But what we're saying is we think it has more room to come down into this zone, yeah, before we start coming back up. So that's the idea. We've got a bit more room to move into. So if we look at this candle as well, guys, it's bearish, broke the lows of these candles. So I do think we can make it down to this next area of support. Okay, and then we will close our trade because I think this could potentially be a really good spot to start buying. All right, but for today, we are shorting. If we look at the H1 chart, again, we've got the one gray zone, guys. Again, because we are against trend, if price starts breaking out of this gray zone to the upside, not really interested. Okay, but if this gray zone holds, it's our gray zone because we have reactions here, here, and here. But if this gray zone holds, we get a bearish reaction. Again, take price back down to here, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run. All right, guys. So Aussie dollar, US dollar, we're looking to short this pair. The third trade idea, again, is a US dollar retrace. Apologies if you're getting bored of hearing US dollar retrace, but this is what I'm seeing. And guys, by the way, if you're enjoying the analysis, come join us. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash the like button, guys. It really helps support the channel. But again, guys, yeah, US dollar retrace. Yeah, again, we are clearly in an uptrend. Okay, but I think we can come down potentially here or even here before we start getting a move back up. Okay. So again, like US dollar, Swiss franc, Aussie dollar, US dollar, I think we have some room to move into before that happens. Okay. And these blue lines coincide with this area here. And then obviously these highs here. We've got two potential higher time frame targets. Okay. Another reason is this bearish candle, guys. Again, this has broken all of these previous lows of these candles. And these are the little things that I look for. I'll explain these to you as part of my mentorship program if you are interested, guys. But yeah, so we are looking to short down to here or even here. Let's go to the H1 chart to see how we're going to enter this pair. And we've got the one gray zone. It's quite a large gray zone because we have this, and we also have this last H1 high here. So that's why my gray zone is so large. It's not that large. How large is it? 57, about 50 pips. Not that large. But what we want to see, guys, is price reacting here. We want to see a bearish reaction. Could be a bearish candlestick pattern. Just something that tells us sellers are in control. Enter the trade. Take price back down to here. Close 80%. And then leave 20% to run. All right. So yeah, they're all the US dollar pairs I'm looking at. You could trade any of the US dollar pairs, but those were the ones that were saying to me they're a better setup. Okay, the fourth trade idea is this. This is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. And we were looking at this from yesterday because it's a bit of a weekly play, guys. So this is the weekly chart. You can see this grey zone has been important in terms of an area of resistance. And we just think we can take price from here back down to one of these blue lines. Yeah, we've got a bit of room to move into to the downside. If we go to the day chart now, guys, yeah, not only did we have this this wick on this candle, we've now had a bearish candle form at this grey zone. Okay, so this tells me, yeah, sellers are slowly coming into this market at that grey zone. All right, but what I still want to see, guys, is this. On the H1 chart, which is what you're looking at, I believe we've had a breakdown in structure. Yeah, we was in an uptrend. Yeah, but then price has slowly been breaking down. Okay, and this is the last H1 high here. So H1 structure is with us, and this is what we want to see. The problem is this grey zone here. So this was once an area of resistance, you know, and we're asking ourselves, is this an area of support now? So a couple of ways to trade this, guys. If you want to be aggressive, yeah, you could trade off of this last H1 high here. Yeah, you could trade in here, price reacts here, we start selling back down to these lows. Okay, we could. This would be quite aggressive, but we could trade like this if we wanted to, if we got a strong enough reaction. We've already had a bit of a reaction in the form of this candle. Okay, or to be safer, guys, we would like to see this, a breakdown of these lows. Yeah, price comes back down, perhaps retests, and then we can start coming lower, guys. Okay, so we get a breakout of this grey zone and these last lows here. For me, this is less risky, and the market is finally telling us that we can go shorter. But I know more aggressive traders that would trade from the last H1 highs. Okay, but either way, we're looking to short this pair. The fifth 5 trade ideas, giving them away today. The 5th trade idea is this. This is the pound against the Aussie dollar. And again, guys, this is a bit of a weekly play, all right? Because we are in an uptrend on the weekly, yeah? So we were in a downtrend, but then price has shot back up, breaking these last highs here. Okay, and then it's come down and we're getting a bit of a reaction back up. Okay, yeah, so structurally that's what we're seeing on the weekly chart. If I then look at the weekly candle, guys, I mean, this is a very bullish candle, yeah, so I think we still can come back up to at least this psychological level of 18,000. All right, so that's what I'm seeing on the weekly. If we look at the day chart now, this also gives me confidence, guys, because I would argue we were in a downtrend because we had higher lows, didn't create a higher high, and then eventually price broke down, breaking this low. Okay, then price come up, created a lower high, and then it's come down again. It hasn't created a lower low, so potentially price could be reversing, and then sure enough, this level here, yeah, has been broken. Okay, so I think we have higher highs and we have a bullish candle that has broken these highs here. So I think we can just take price back up to this psychological level of 18,000. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing, guys. Potentially could come back up to these highs, but I've been a little conservative with my target. All right, so that's what we're seeing on the day chart. We're looking for, and the weekly chart, so that's why we're looking for buys. And now we're going to drop down to the H1 chart, guys. And I'm basically thinking, where can we plot our grey zone? And for me, it will be quite a large grey zone, but I think we should take into account these last highs and these H1 lows. Okay, so on the pound Aussie dollar, this will probably be about 300 ticks. So 7830, 7890. So it's about 60 pips, guys. But we've got to make our grey zone this big because we have these last lows, these last highs, these last lows, and these last highs. So this grey zone takes into account all of that. Okay, so what we want to see is price retrace into our grey zone. We get a bullish reaction. We can then take price back up to these last highs, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run. All right, guys, but pound Aussie dollar, we're looking to buy this pair. So they're the 5 trade ideas for today, guys. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis, I hope you are, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button. It helps support the channel. Thank you. Right, news for Tuesday, the 22nd of November, guys. So we're looking for 3-star ratings, and all we can see is one of them. Yeah, so this is the only one we're looking at, guys. At 1:30 London GMT, we've got core retail sales coming out of Canada. Okay, so yeah, that could move any Canadian dollar pair. If we carry on down, guys, that's the only piece of news that we're interested in today. So you are free to trade. Guys, yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. I hope you have a wonderful trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.